distributor storage with last mile delivery. Now, in this type of network, you can say these are the customers. These are the factories or the manufacturers, and there are distribution centers located over here, just like all the times. How is it different from the previous one? Is uh, there's no in the previous one the last mile delivery was not there. Last mile delivery means that you deliver it to the customer's doorstep. While in the previous one, this was not the case. The last mile delivery was not there. Then there are customers over here, you can see, and the truck goes from the distribution center. It goes to the first customer, then goes to the second customer, then goes to the third customer, and empties all its contents and comes back. Okay, so these are the kind of distribution networks with the distributor storage and the last mile. So that's what's called last mile delivery. It is also called as milk runs. So these last mile delivery is often is synonymous with the milk runs. So it's a sort of an example where you see the milk distribution plants are there. Let's say the milk comes from the farmers, and then it goes to the processing plant, and from the processing plant, all the milk packets are made, and then they are loaded in crates in the uh, trucks, and then they are distributed across the various dairy booths in your city. So this is the closest example of that. Another example could be newspaper delivery, but not exactly, because there's the manufacturer is the newspaper person, and there's a distributor which you can consider as um, the person who distributes the newspapers to the hawkers, and they also do these kind of last mile deliveries. Any other example you people can give where you see distributor storage with last mile delivery?
So GeoMart.
Geomart, can you explain how?
So like their delivery is actually done from Reliance Fresh, nearby Reliance Fresh stores only. So they are just buying it, like taking the but all the items from there and delivering in the closer by radius.
Yeah, that's good. And uh, they are not using package carrier. So package carrier means one who aggregates all the products and then ships. It's like the
मैं
daily
7 को
need,
लगाया हूँ, 7 वाली भी
da-
कॉलम नहीं बनी है.
daily need daily need items are there in this Ashwani, can you mute yourself? He's mute now. Okay. So mostly these kind of items, which are probably low value items, but they are to be delivered at the doorstep of the customer. So customer don't have to walk in. What is the biggest advantage of this kind of distribution network? Can you tell? What do you think is a very good point in this kind of network? Uh, Upside in this network?
Sir, we can say that response time is very low. We get the products which we order in very fast time.
Yeah, so it is considered to be a very good mode where the customer experience is very good in this, because customer it's so much convenient to the customer. and it is also good for the networks where the products are perishable in nature. And then like milk is a perishable product. Similarly, your the local the street vendor which comes with vegetables, no, although there's no manufacturer involved, but we can consider farmer to be a manufacturer over here. So your a person who comes to uh, your doorstep delivering vegetables and fruits, the hawker, that guy is that kind of distribution network is very much suited for perishable products. And there are many other characteristics which you probably can read yourself. I guess you all are in a position to understand the performance characteristics service wise as well as the um, cost wise. Now, what is the downside of this type of network? What is the downside of this kind of network? Anyone? No downside. No downside of the network.
Sir, transportation cost will be higher.
Yeah, very good. So the transportation cost will be higher because there are too many milk runs happening, and you have to really work on optimizing these milk runs because you are going door to door to the customer, and you have to be careful if you are not spending too much money on low value products, because these perishables which we are talking about or the newspapers are low value products. Okay. Uh, then other salient points you can read in the slides which I'll be giving you later. The next type of distribution network is manufacturer distributor storage with customer pickup. You can say manufacturer or distributor storage with customer pickup. So as it is obvious from the title of the network again that there is a distributor, and the products are coming over here, and there are pickup sites. We call them, it could be retail store. Okay, we call them as pickup sites, and this is the distributor, this is the manufacturer, and then the customers are coming in. Actually, you go to the supermarket to do that. So this is the network where you say distributor storage with customer pickup. So pickup sites could be small retail stores or uh, supermarkets like Big Bazaar and all. So this is the network which we are talking about, which is most common type of network which we see in our day-to-day life, where customer go to pick up. Okay, and the distributor also has to do one thing, that they have to cross dock, because the pickup sites have to contain assortment of products, different type of products. When the distributor was sending to the customer through I mean, the variety was less in the previous kind of network. You can't afford to have too much variety when you are delivering to the doorstep to the customer. Nowadays you can have with the online and all, of course, like GeoMart. You are using GeoMart application, so you can order different things and get it delivered at your doorstep, or Grofers or Big Basket. They follow the previous one. This one is the one where you go to the shop, physically go and get it. So in this type of situation, the inventory is higher than the previous one. Can you tell why? If you compare with the previous model, this model and this model, the inventory, which model will be having higher inventory, the previous one or this one?
So this one.
Yeah. So for the very simple reason that they have to keep all the things in different places, pickup sites, while in the previous one only a single distributor can keep everything. There were no pickup sites. Okay. So this is the flip side of this network. So what is the good side about this network? What is the good point about this network if you compare it with the previous one?
Sir, here the transportation cost will be lower than.
Yeah,
Yeah.
transportation cost will be lower for the very simple reason that you don't have to deliver door to door. So outbound transportation cost will be fairly low. Okay. So these are the main contrasting features of the two networks. Another good thing is returnability is also a good feature of this network, because you are going to pick something and then you can actually feel the product. uh, at times you would like to go to a mark for what kind of product you would like to go and purchase yourself. I think we did talk about it earlier. So if you like to have feel of the product, and the returnability will be less in this case as compared to the other ones, because even if it is a milk run, they are delivering to your doorstep. You have, anyway, you can't check everything which is being delivered, right? So while in this case you physically are going over there and picking it yourself, so the returnability will be less in this one. Okay, then after that, you will also see in the book that there are various comparisons which have been done with respect to the rating of the networks and all. So I advise all of you guys to read this chapter very carefully. You'll find this chapter very interesting as well, and the comparison of various type of models is also given in the chapter. Distribution network models which are there, so that is also given. Uh, Not, I'm not. Neither does the book say that only these type of networks exist in the practical life. There are many hybrid models which exist in practical life, and these hybrid models can then be tailored according to your situation, and then you can have another model. So the thing is, these are the basic models which we have read about and learned about. There will be many more, and you can create as many combinations as you can. There's another one which is very prevalent nowadays, is online sales and omni-channel retailing. So now we'll talk about that. Online sales and omni-channel retailing. So omni-channel basically means use of multiple channels to interact with the customers and fulfill their orders. Okay. For example, nowadays company have their own websites of selling the products. They also tie up with the online marketplaces like Amazon and Flipkart. Uh, Even the people who are having a showroom can put it on the website and then sell their products. So there's there are multiple. There's an online store, there is a physical store, there is a home delivery option, and all these things are there now. So that's called omni-channel retailing, and the pressure is very much because the problem with omni-channel retailing is that how do you manage so many retail channels? See, let's say total demand is 1,000 units, and earlier before online, there was only brick and mortar stores were there where you can go and purchase. Now these 1,000 units are being pushed through your laptops. I mean, your through internet. You are doing that. You can use phone to order. You can use online home delivery options. I mean, you can have subscriptions and it will be delivered. So earlier you just had to manage your store and nothing else. Now you have to manage this one also, phone, the channel of phone also, because you see, Android applications are not meant for Windows. So you have to develop, or an iOS, different operating systems. You'll have to develop the application for, of course, the port. If you can port it also, and you can scale it up to different platforms, but then maintenance to karna hi padega na, and then you have other options. So these omni channels are creating lot of pressure on the companies. uh, you think that, okay, I'll only sell through my shop, but then you will not grow, and probably one day you will be out of business. So you have to go with the word where word is going. So in let's say in a vicinity, there's the first person who has started with the omni channel retailing. Now this guy might capture the business of other guys also if they also don't go omni channel retailing. Getting it? So the pressure is lot on the business enterprises nowadays to go for omni channel. So what are the alternatives in omni channel? Means how many different forms of omni channel retailings are there? So we can say, that's anyway I've talked about, but I'm going to talk about it in detail now. You can consider mostly four, that is traditional retail, traditional retailing, then showrooms. I think I should make bigger boxes. So this is traditional, retail. Then you have showrooms, plus home delivery or pickup. Then you have online information, plus pickup. Then you have online, plus home delivery. Face to face, and this is remote. And so you can say pickup over here, and home delivery. So here we see, in the face-to-face segment where a customer interacts with the company executives, one is the traditional retail format and another one is the showroom format. In the showroom format, there are also options of home delivery where you can uh, choose a product, go there, choose a product, and it will be delivered to your home. Okay. Generally, this kind of thing happens with the products are bulky, like furniture is there, or mobile phones, especially in Apple. There are showrooms, and then if that particular phone is not available, you can pay in advance, book in, and it will be home delivered, or you can go and pick it also. Especially with the new kind of products. Right now, we are talking about this one. Now we talk about online in the remote. Remote means the customer is not directly face-to-face contact with the company representatives. Online ordering and then picking up physically. So where do you see this one? Placing order online and then picking up physically. Anyone? Where do you see this kind of situation?
So in Carrot Lane, it's possible.
In which one?
Carrot Lane.
What is that?
So the jewelry store, like I think it follows this like
Oh,
this delivery system only. It has
okay.
an online store, it has retail stores as well, and then you can order online and then pick up from the store. Lenskart,
Okay.
even Lenskart has this.
Yeah, Lenskart has that. Very good. Very good. Lenskart has that. And uh, any other example you can give? Anyone else? Where would you put OLX? Among four, where would you put OLX? So OLX is a kind of this kind of platform where you see you choose the products online, you negotiate online about the price, and then you pick it up. Or the person might also get you, but there is a physical interaction which is involved in this kind of situation. Any other? See, you guys will have to be ready with the examples. I mean, if not right now, but during exam, or I'll be taking Viva also at the end, so I might be asking these kind of questions. Then you have home delivery, online plus home delivery. This is very common. I mean, the most common form of purchasing which we see nowadays. Now we see different forms of omni-channel. So in the traditional retail format, you see face-to-face interaction is there. Customer generally leaves with the product, and the prerequisite for traditional retailing is that it should be closer to the customers. There is a high level of inventory which is involved in the traditional retail. The transportation cost overall, if you exclude the transportation cost of customer, the transportation costs are lower in the traditional retail. Then you talk about showrooms, in which again there is a face-to-face interaction, and product is ordered for late pickup. And what about inventory levels? What about inventory levels? Any idea? In the showrooms, you don't keep too much inventory, so the inventory levels are pretty low, because you can go on showroom and choose a product of your choice also, and then that might be delivered to your home, or whenever it is available. The facilities which are required for showrooms is smaller. You don't, I mean, by the size, they have a big front office, but the back end office is small, very small. So they, because they keep low inventory. And what about the transportation cost? If you compare it with traditional retailing, what about the transportation cost per unit, you can say? Not the total transportation cost, but the per unit transportation cost. It will be higher or lower than the traditional retailing?
Or higher.
Yeah, it will be higher, because uh, you probably are doing home delivery, and since you are keeping less inventory, so the transportation cost and would be higher. Then uh, online selling and home delivery, in which there is a lot of aggregation of inventories involved, because uh, when you're doing home delivery, you try to aggregate the orders of multiple, which are to be shipped at multiple places. Like the guy who's going to come will carry most of the things of that particular vicinity. ऐसा नहीं है पूरे जयपुर का या पूरे एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट का वो अकेला डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर रहा है. They'll be very much localized. So that means aggregation होगा उसमें, जो different different products होंगे वो उनका जो बैग लेके घूमते हैं बाइक पे, वो aggregated products होते हैं अलग अलग customers के. So uh, and they require few locations, storage locations, not many, unlike in traditional retailing. And the transportation costs are higher because it's a home delivery system. And when you're selling online and there's a pickup involved, of course the outbound transportation costs are very less because the customer is coming to pick it up. But the inconvenience is associated with this kind of retail format. Okay. So that's most about it for today, and we'll continue framework for omni-channel retailing tomorrow, and we will finish this chapter tomorrow. Okay then. So yeah, Karvi.
So last time actually we talked that like you